Hi guys, so the episode was called M, and as an avid Sherlock fan in any variety, I already had my suspicions what this episode was going to be about, and I was half right, actually, so what happens is, Sebastian Moran, who we all know is an assassin, he came to New York, and they think at first that he's come there for Sherlock, which in reality he actually has, but he doesn't know it. Because he gets like these encrypted messages from his employer, aka Moriarty, and I think at first that he's there to kill Sherlock, but it turns out he didn't even know that was Sherlock's house. Sherlock finds out, he doesn't find out, he realizes when they enter the first crime scene that he knows this assassin, he knows this killer. And it's M, the infamous M from London, who he was heavily in an investigation trying to find him. And then the Marine incident happened where she dies, she gets killed. And so now he turns this investigation in New York into a revenge plot to kill the man who killed his lover, Irene Adler. And during this time, Watson is having second thoughts about leaving Sherlock because she realizes that she'll really miss him and the world they have together, like the crime scenes. Well, not really the crime scenes, but like his massive intellect and the way she likes working with him basically. Because she told him, she goes, "I'm gonna miss this, not specifically this. But working with you has been amazing." And she says this is in the morgue when they're visiting the body of the man who just got killed. And then she finds out that he's working his way into killing M because he's the man he thinks is the one who killed his Irene, but really, in a way, it was Moriarty because. So he ends up knocking Moran out, and Moran ends up in this old place where his father owns this new place he's renovating in New York. And so he tells Watson in the episode that he might move there, but really he's planning to freaking kill the man who killed his Irene. But what happens is that it doesn't go as planned because Moran ends up telling him, and Sherlock thinks he's lying, that he didn't kill Irene because he was incarcerated during that time for an assault. But it ends up being that this was Moriarty's doing. He gets encrypted messages from his employer who tells him who to kill and how to do it. So he basically is just the do-it person. And the man behind the web, we also know, is Moriarty. So he spares him, even though he has like this, on his table, he has like 10 different weapons, plus the bees, that he thought about using. And this is what happens, basically. He ends up sparing his life, and ends up just shoving a knife in his stomach, not to kill him, just to harm him and say, I know, I could do worse, but I'm just gonna hurt you in one way. And then he takes him to this police station, and Moran tells a lie, and so they think that he lured Sherlock when really Sherlock was the one who pretty much almost killed him. And then what happens is Watson goes to him, and she's like, "You should have heard this story," like, because she knows it's a lie. And then he basically tells her, she like sits next to him and she puts her hand on his arm like, "I'm here for you." And then he repeats back to her the same words she said, "I'm gonna miss this, well, not this, but I'm gonna miss working with you because you're amazing." And then he says, "But I'm sorry, our last few days were poorly." And then he gets up and leaves. And in the episode, I forgot to add this part, Watson has an appointment, but it's not with the client. She has a therapist. And so she starts talking about the end of Sherlock, but the lady's like, you're gonna miss him, aren't you? And so so in the end, she ends up calling his father and trying to see if she can stay, because she really cares about him. She's gonna miss him. And she's worried about him. She's worried about him. And what happens is that, I really hate this part because it makes me really sad. So what happened, she gets an email from Mr. Holmes' assistant telling him that her request to have extended time with Sherlock has been denied. And this is like the next day. In the morning, she's drinking coffee, and Sherlock is laying on the couch, and he like pops up. He's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "I called your father last night to tell him that I need to stay a little longer because you weren't doing so well." And this is what happens. Watson lies to Sherlock and tells him that she'll get to stay with him a little longer. Your last paycheck will be sent to you. And I'm just like, shit. What's happening right now? And then the last scene, this wasn't the last one, this was like the scene before the last, is Sherlock taking down all the stuff he gathered during the investigation in London, and the one he did here about this infamous M, who he now knows is Moriarty. And so what happens is, he like takes it all down. He's above the fireplace. He takes it all down and posts it one word. And he sits back in his chair and looks at it. Focused. He's very focused. And it just says Moriarty in his handwriting on a white card. And I'm like, oh crap. So they've been building up for this, because really, if you think about it, everything that's happened to the series so far has been building up to Moriarty, because he's the one who's been he triggered everything. He actually triggered Sherlock's downfall, not with the Reichenbach fall, but the fall with his addiction issues, because Irene died was why he spiraled out of control. And so, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes head to head, how they go head to head, and what's going to happen next. I'm excited to see who is Moriarty, like who's going to play him and how they're going to do this. But it's so interesting, and I'm kind of excited about it, really, really excited. So it was a really good episode, and so I hope you guys like this. I'm sorry if this video is out of sync. Like I said, and the review of the last review, I'm using my phone now because I don't have a computer anymore. So I hope this is okay, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.